Thanks for clicking on the video, y'all. Welcome back. If you're a return person and a subscriber, I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to click that thumbs up. If you're new here, check it out. Subscribe. What's it hurt? I'm trying to get my channel up there, and if you guys are already subscribers, try to send it out to some of your friends. I'm trying to really do a push this latter half of this year of 2024 to try to get some more subscribers. But Ortgies, I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced, to be totally honest with you, but Ortgies, yeah, what the heck is an Ortgies, hillbilly? Well, Ortgies was a line of pistols produced in Germany from a very short time period, really, from 1919 to 1925. The brainchild behind it was a guy named Heinrich Ortgies that came up with the design during World War I. And then after the war, he started making them on his own. I guess sometime in 1919. There's not a whole lot of history out there in these things that I can tell, but I love this old sheath that came with this one. Y'all, got this at Collector's Firearms. It's one of the bargains I've gotten there, in my opinion. Look at that, they even have it stitched over the end of it. I'd like to know the history on that sheath. It definitely looks European in nature. What is that, a 3 on there or something? I can't tell. Yeah, maybe that's just a big old grease spot that looks like a 3. But yeah, these were basically made in 2 waves, and there's just a nice old character sheath, y'all. I tell you, that's kind of cool. These were basically made in 2 waves. There was one batch or one run that was made from, I believe it was 1919 to 1921, where Ortgies himself, his company, did it. And then from 1921 to 24, it became the Deutsche Works, a shipbuilding company originally that was headquartered in Berlin. But after that, after they took over manufacturing, they changed the slide marking to where it says this on there, Deutsche Works. I have no idea what that means, and forgive me if I try to butcher it. And they changed the little symbol right here. Prior to this, it was like a round circle with a couple of bars through it or something. So that tells you this pistol was made sometime between 1921 and 1924. This one is the 25 ACP version, and let me show you guys that it's clear. See, it is clear. It is a heel release mag. No ammo. It is clear. And this is part of my recent, fascination with a lot of these older guns that were just superb quality craftsmanship on them. Now, as you can see, let's zoom in here. This one, yeah, someone let it get away from them at one time. It's got I call it very, very light pitting. Very, very light pitting on the slide, elsewhere on it. Probably sat in a drawer for 30 years and got a light layer of rust or corrosion on it. Now you can see it's actually stamped Germany. So that does tell you that this one was marked for export from Germany when it was made. The ones that do not have Germany on them are the ones that were left in the country. But yeah, they made these in the 3 big calibers at the time. They made it in 25, 32, and 380. This one is a 25 ACP. I can't remember the mag count, but and again, I don't know a whole lot about this. Now, I have fired this one before, but look at those nice little sights, man. I tell you what. Again, it's a testament. Guys back then must have had a lot better eyesight than they do nowadays. But a couple little proof marks on there, it looks like. Caliber, 6.65 marked on the barrel. This one ran flawlessly, folks. A very interesting design, though. I'm going to show you how it works. So I have previously shown you that it was cleared, right? So the way it works is when you chamber it, and when you cock it, it is it is a striker fired, yes. No, I'm sorry, it's a hammerless mechanism. Let me look at the drawing real quick on here and see. I'm almost positive. Well, no, it does have a hammer. It looks like it does have a hammer on it. But the interesting thing is this is the only button that we have on there. There's no slide release or anything. Like, you just have this one little button, and it's not really a safety. It doesn't move, but what it does is when you push it down like this, it pops out the grip safety. How cool is that? And that's your safety. No go clicky unless you push this in. And then clicky. Pretty ingenious, to be honest with you. Chamber it. Now, the drawback is, of course, is you have to remember to click this, which is the same as remembering to put it in a safe. So maybe you could call this a safety. It engages the grip safety. But when you need it, you pick it up. As soon as you squeeze it, there you go. It disengages that grip safety. I thought that was just the fascinating part of this. And you can see, like on a lot of these older firearms, wow, the machining on these things is really well done. There's the way this muzzle tapers reminds me of those FN, I think they were made by Browning, those 32s with where the barrel rounded from the slider half. I'd like to pick up one of those at some point. But again, y'all, I don't know a whole lot about this beyond what I've seen on the couple of videos online. Such has a pretty good video on this, and I think he might go more into the history of it. It is, well, you know what? It does say right here, the hammerless action depended on a spring-loaded striker to fire the cartridge. So it is striker fired, which makes sense because I've had this apart and I don't remember seeing a swinging hammer in there. So forgive my ignorance on that, y'all. It is a blowback, of course, but I want to tell you guys a little trick on this too. These grips are kind of infamous for being a pain in the butt to get off of here. I've had these grips off of this though. This Pistol, when I first got it, you guys, let me tell you, it was in pretty rough shape. A lot rougher than it looks now. And I think this is probably an aftermarket mag because it's not marked with anything. But they have a pretty ingenious method of getting these grips off. You can't see it, it's too light right here. But basically, up here in the grip area, there's a little clip. Okay, the grips have little grooves cut in right about where my fingernail is, and this clip has a little metal tab, like my fingernail, engages in that groove to hold the grips on. The grips come in like this, and then you put them flat, and then the metal thing clips onto it. So to get the grips off, you have to push that metal thing that way up in the grip. Pain in the butt. I did it by sticking a screwdriver in the grip and then leveraging it like that on the metal plate to hold pressure on that spring to push that heavy spring back, and then the bottom grip will fall off. Once that comes off, you can see what you're doing on the other side and get the other grip off pretty easily. I've subsequently thought the way to do this would be to get like a pair of pliers, maybe some channel locks, something that would fit up in there, and put some tips, some sort of cushion tips on the tip of it, where you could reach up in there, squeeze it like this, and squeeze that metal thing down, and those grips will just pop right off instead of sitting here trying to leverage it, because it'll fool you. You've really got to get that screwdriver right in the right place to push that back. But anyway, that's my little rant about the grips, you guys. The best thing is don't take the grips off. But as I said, this one was pretty dirty, and I wanted to ultrasonic the whole thing. I had to disassemble the whole thing and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, and that's why I had to get the drips off. Did I just say drips? Grips, whatever. But yeah, guys, neat little gun. I just think this little safety system is pretty darn cool. I would not recommend dry firing like you've seen me do a couple of times in this video. I do have a backup firing pin for it if I ever need it, though. Let's see what it weighs. I always like to do this in some of these older guns. Compare it to like today's, you know. See here, empty, 13.8 ounces, not too awful bad. I'm wanting to say it's a 6 or maybe even a 7-round magazine. For sure it's a 6 round, so 6 plus 1, it might hold 7. Not bad, really. And it's very like most pocket pistols of the day. I tell you what, it's very rounded. There's nothing to snag on here. Now, I don't think I'd carry it condition 1. I don't think I'd carry it cocked and lock and just count on this. I don't know, maybe if I had a form-fitted holster to make sure that trigger's covered, because who knows if this might accidentally get bumped in your pocket. It's not easy to push down, but it's not hard either. I mean, it's got a tough spring on it. You can hear it when I pants it out, when I push it out. Yeah, you can tell it's a pretty strong spring. But yeah, nice running little guns. And again, these are ones I used to see at gun shows back in the 90s, you know, 100, 150 bucks. A lot of people think they're junk, and they're catching on nowadays. I've bid on a couple on Gunbroker trying to get one in better condition than this in the last month or two. I ran the bids up to $400 or $500, and I'm still losing them, guys. Yeah. I got this one at Collector's Firearms. They had it with the little leather sheath. I think it was $250, I believe, and I got him to take 10% off, which they usually will do on guns. No, actually, I did not. It was $250, and it was a consignment. It was a consignment, so they won't negotiate a consignment. But y'all remember that at Collector's Firearms here in Houston. You can see my video. I'll try to link it right here if I remember. I'll try to put it right up here. Just a short I did on it. If they have a used gun in stock and it's not a consignment, they will, about every time I've ever asked them on a used gun, they've gave me a 10% discount. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this Ortgies. I wish I had one that was a mint condition in either 25 like this or the 32 ACP version. That would be a nice little treasure. Thanks for watching, y'all. Take care out there. Don't forget to click that little thumbs up. We'll talk to you soon. Why didn't someone remind me? I forgot to do a size comparison. We did the weight. Ruger LCP2. This is the 22 long rifle version, but it's the same size as the 380 version. Let me just beat them up together. Probably about the same height as the regular 380, because the 22 does have a little bit longer clip. Little tiny bit longer overall length, it looks like. If this is a mint one, I would not be banging around like this. I think you all know that and appreciate it. Maybe just a hair bit thinner. So, if this is a 7-round, it's 7 plus 1, or a 6-round, 6 plus 1 of 25 versus, 11 rounds of 22. Yeah, you know, who knows? But, yeah, I just want to do a quick size comparison. Thanks again, y'all.